Hey guys, so I think today is Tuesday. I'm planning on uploading this on Tuesday, so provided nothing goes horribly wrong, happy Tuesday. I'm going to do a get ready with me today, and I'm going to do it using the chocolate bar palette from Too Faced. And when I get to the actual like eyeshadow part, I'll try to tell you guys what colors I'm using. I'm doing this instead of a tutorial style because I'm not using any special technique here. It's the same one that I use in all of my neutral eye tutorials, but I will of course put the names of the colors because I was smart and I kept this little guy. I'll put the names of the colors that I'm using down in the description box, as well as everything else that I'm using on my face. I already have my foundation on. Yesterday I will have uploaded my foundation routine, so if you're curious about that part of this whole situation, I will link that video down below for you. So if you want to see the beginning processes, watch yesterday's video if you haven't already. So I thought that I would have a sip of coffee and talk today a little bit about budgeting and spending and how I go about this whole situation. The reason that, what am I doing? The reason that I want to talk about this is because if you guys will remember, I think it was 2 years ago, I did this whole very strict spending budget thing for myself. I think I gave myself, was it $400 or $600? I can't even remember, but it was a very specific amount of money, and I was very accountable to myself about what I spent on beauty items for an entire year. And I think I went over budget just a little bit, but that whole experiment taught me how to slow my roll on spending on makeup stuff. If you guys have watched my recent declutter series for the past couple years, I've gotten rid of quite a number of things. Doing beauty videos on YouTube, even though I have a really small channel, you feel this obligation to buy, and to always, go to the drugstore and pick up the latest and the greatest, or go to Sephora and, get the newest, the hottest thing to be able to review to keep your channel relevant, which I, for the longest time, was doing. And then I ended up with an Alex 9 drawer full of stuff, full of stuff that I was not reaching for at all. A lot of things I wouldn't return because I just felt bad about buying so much and then returning so much. So I just kept things. And it's been great for my nieces because they have definitely benefited in that I have given them bags and bags of makeup that I ended up not using. So it was very eye-opening to me to have that year of controlled spending, and honestly since then I have not been buying near as much. You guys don't see hauls on my channel several times a month anymore. I'm very specific about what I buy. I'm trying my best to use up a lot of the things that I have because I do still have a lot of things in my collection that I need to use up in terms of shampoos, conditioners, lotions, body butters. I mean, all kinds of things that I just went crazy on back in the day. And I do still buy new things in those different areas, but I'm also making a concerted effort. This is why my empties videos are so big. I'm literally slathering lotion on myself a couple times a day, trying to go through this stuff. It's great because my skin's been nice and soft as a result, but nobody needs to apply lotion 3 times a day. So I'm just trying to get through a lot of this stuff to be able to downsize a little bit and be more reasonable in my collection and my backups and all of that stuff. What am I doing? This is the worst contour job I've ever done, but I don't really care. I'm just going to Costco today. So now when I'm figuring out what I want to spend my money on, it's much easier for me because I literally will take a second before I impulse buy and I will think about what I already have and what is it that I really want? What is it that I want to use that I like using, that, you know, like, you have to enjoy using the things that you have. If you don't, like, what's the point? If you're just using things because, like, you bought them and you feel obligated, like, that's not fun. So for me, just really thinking about what I'm using and what I'm loving has been really helpful to me. Now, I don't have a set budget anymore. Busting out the wild honey. I don't have a set budget anymore. However, I would say that I probably don't spend more than $700-800 a year on like stuff for my channel. Now that still is probably like way more than what normal people spend on beauty stuff, but I do have this hobby, and to be honest, my videos are monetized. You guys will see ads from time to time on some of my videos when you click on them. And, you know, I've been a YouTube partner for a really long time. It took me a long time to get like my first paycheck from YouTube, but I do get one now. And so I use the vast majority of what I make from YouTube to put towards my student loans, because at 37, I'm still paying for my undergraduate degree. So first and foremost, that money goes towards that. And then if there's some leftover, I will put that towards shopping. And then I also, obviously, I have a job, so I buy things with the money that I make for my job as well. But for the most part, like, I really try hard not to overspend anymore. It's just not worth it to me. It's going to mean a whole lot less makeup going out to my nieces. I'm sure they'll eventually be bummed about, but it just makes me feel better. I also try to save money. So I've been really good about waiting for these Sephora VIB sales for like making a lot of purchases. Like if I'm looking to buy like several things, I'll just wait either until April or November to buy those things. Or I've actually started getting a little bit more into shopping at Ulta. And so I have made it to their platinum level there. And I'm able to get 20% off codes on like both the drugstore and the high-end things at this point, which is really nice. So I will just wait until I get 20% off codes from Ulta or again Sephora. Also, Ebates has been a really big thing for me whenever I buy things from Paula's Choice, or whenever I buy things from Tarte or Sephora or Ulta, and I can do it online. I prefer to do it online because I usually always qualify for the free shipping and I get cash back. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I always forget about Ebates. Like, I don't forget about it because I've made so much money. I've made over $1,000 cash back on Ebates. Like, and I've been doing it for what? 2-3 years, somewhere around there. That's $1,000 I didn't have before. And that's usually also money that I then put back into my channel. You know, like that's that little extra spending money that I have to spend on candles or eyeshadow or perfume or whatever else I buy that goes into this ridiculous room. So if you're not signed up for Ebates, you definitely should be. If you're not using it and you are signed up, use it. It makes a difference. It really does. You know, if you can buy things online and get free shipping, just buy them online instead. Like, don't go to the store. Like, I mean, unless you desperately need something, obviously, you know, like, don't wait to get, like, your makeup wipes or whatever in the mail if you need them. But, you know, like, there's things that you can do that just make a really big difference. And for me, Ebates has definitely been one of them. There's a link down below for you guys. If you are not signed up for Ebates yet, you need to be signed up for it. It makes a difference. And again, use it. How else do I save money? I think those are honestly my big things. Is I use those. I use the Ebates rebate program. I use this whole idea of like a budget. It's not a set budget anymore. I wait for sales. I will oftentimes, you know, even if I just need like some drugstore things from Ulta, I will use that $3.50 off coupon that they have. And then I will also wait for like a buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off for a lot of things, so that I can get, you know, maybe like 2 body washes for the price of 1 or something like that. There's just little things that I've done that have definitely helped me save, and it's been really, really nice. I'm a fan. Like, I've said before that I'm probably not quite as relevant anymore on YouTube. And I didn't mean that in like a bad or like derogatory way towards me. Like, it's a good thing, you know, like I'm not buying as much as I should have in the past, you know, and it's been nice. The more that my channel has grown, the more companies have reached out and have offered to send me things from time to time. That's huge when you're a YouTuber, when a company reaches out, because that's money that you don't have to spend out of your own pocket to be able to review something. You know, and I'm always honest about the reviews because I don't have any reason to not be. You know, if they choose not to send me something again, that's fine. You know I can probably go to Sephora or Ulta and buy it if I really want it. Like, that's not a big deal. But it's nice, you know, if I'm interested in something anyway and then they offer to send it, like, that's cool. You know, I get to review it for you guys, let you know if it's worthwhile. And if it's not, it's not, you know. But maybe I didn't have to shell out $50 for it to be able to like put that video out, you know, which is nice. But obviously if you don't have a YouTube channel, that's not something that you can really participate in. But I mean, you get what I'm saying. It is nice for YouTubers when they get things sent to them from time to time. But yeah, budgeting really is not hard. I've definitely found that forcing myself to have a budget for a year and sticking to it and being accountable and keeping the receipts and tracking the spending was the most helpful thing for me. And it's a habit that hasn't changed since then. You know, I still buy the things that I really want, but I just don't buy all of the other little things that I don't necessarily want, but in the past felt like I had to have in order to like keep my channel going. So yeah, there's my budgeting style currently and how I choose to spend my money. I've also started spending way less. You guys will probably have noticed. I've started spending way less on like candles. You're not seeing nearly as many candle hauls. I got to a point where like I ran out of room to store this stuff and I wasn't burning them as quickly as I was buying them. So I just sort of put myself on a little bit of like a candle low buy. I still am buying things to be able to review for the home fragrance part of my channel, but I'm not, oh, this eyebrow is always really hard, especially when I'm trying to record. I'm still buying stuff to be able to review, but I'm just not buying things like in bulk. You know, I don't buy 5 to 6 candles at a given time of like the same fragrance. I buy one, I review it. If I like it, I'll buy another one in the next order that I put in for like Swan Creek, for example, or whatever. But I'm not buying like 6 to 8 of one fragrance anymore. So I'm actually getting ready to do this big yard sale this month on the 25th. It's at my in-laws. Their whole neighborhood has this huge yard sale once a year, and everybody who wants to participate just puts stuff out like in their yard or their driveway or whatever, and people from all over like come and like shop the, you know, this yard sale. Like they drive around the neighborhood and stop and get out and buy things and then move on to the next house. Not everyone participates, but like the vast majority of the neighborhood does, so it's kind of nice. But I just grabbed a bunch of candles to be able to sell at that yard sale. I had thought about maybe doing like an Instagram sale or like doing a video on my channel. But here's the thing, like I might have some candles that you want, but I'm not going to take a hit on the shipping. Like I would put them in like the prepaid, not prepaid, but like flat rate shipping boxes. And, those are like, I think it's $12.95 for like a medium-sized box, and that can fit 2, maybe 3 candles. Like, and the shipping isn't worth it for some people, so I don't think it would be worth my time to like make this entire video about it. And it's not like I'm selling my raspberry peach macarons, so It's, you know, just other random things that I have like tons of backups of that, you know, I don't need that many of anymore. So anyway, I got them all together and I put them into the yard sale pile, and I'm hoping I can get rid of a fair amount that way. I just want to I want to declutter. I'm in that decluttering mode in my life. It's funny because when I had Stella, I was in this whole like nesting and like I felt the need to like accumulate things. But now I'm like, let's get rid of it all. Let's start over. No, I don't want to start over. I just don't want a bunch of crap anymore. Okay. Okay, let's get into this part. I think that's all I have to say about that anyway. Yep, that's it. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. But I'll just kind of talk through this. Okay, so there we go. That's right. So I already put my brulee on. This helps me blend the rest of my shadows. I think I've said this a million times, but this is from When Wild is Sheep. It works great. Now I'm going to take a blending brush and I'm going to go in the color. I'm going to go in two colors, milk chocolate and semi-sweet. So this one here and this one here. And I'm just going to blend those two together. And I'm going to put that in my crease. Which eye? How about this one? Is my eye watering already? Oh, it totally is. My allergies are killing me lately, you guys. And it's only this eye that waters. It drives me nuts. So I'm just going to place that in the crease where I want it and then start blending it. I'm going to look way overdone for going to Costco today, but that's okay. So just plop that where you want it and then start blending. I'm going to take a little bit more of the semi-sweet, which is the darker shade, and concentrate a little bit more of that on the outer portion. I really do find that if you like place the eyeshadow where you want it first, there's a lot less likelihood of having like a big streak of color that you then have to like work to blend out. Like just concentrate it where you want it first and then go back and blend it. I think sometimes people just get like gung-ho and they're like, it's better just take your time and plop things down and then blend them out. Okay, and since I hate like defined crease looks, I'm going to go ahead and go in the color Salted Caramel, which is this guy right here. And this is, what's this called? This is a tapered blending. It's just like a fluffier blending brush. And get a little bit of that. I mean, not like a ton, but I'm going to go around like the outer portion of this crease color and just help with that gradient. Just blend it out just a little bit. And then if I want a little bit more definition, I can always go back without adding product to this brush and just build it up a tiny bit more. Okay, again in the semi-sweet with a flat shader brush. This has cat fur on it, of course it does. My cat has been sleeping on this desk here that I do my makeup on for the last few weeks. I think she finds it a comfortable location. And I'm just going to work that into my lower lash line. So I like to keep it mostly on the outer 2/3. I don't like to go all the way in. just about to where my lash line stops here is where I will sort of like start to like taper it out. And then just because, let's take a fluffy brush and go into a little bit of the white chocolate, which is that big white or creamy colored shadow right here. It's not white, it's creamy. I'm just gonna put that underneath the brow bone. And that's it. There's that guy. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off, do the other eye, put on liner and mascara, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished look. Okay, so I did decide to go ahead and just blow dry my hair real quickly. I didn't like style it necessarily, but I just thought it'd be nice to have dry hair for the end of the video. So this is the finished makeup look. Again, everything that I used on my face, I will link down below for you guys. Yeah, I feel a little overdone for going to Costco, but yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I really like doing these get ready with me videos because I have a lot of random thoughts, and that's a good time to just have that diarrhea of the mouth where it just all comes out at once. So hopefully this topic was relevant for you guys today with the budgeting and all that stuff. Like I said, I still spend money, but I'm just a lot more conscious of it now. And I think that's kind of, I guess, my best advice to you guys is like, you're probably still going to always buy things maybe that you don't even necessarily need, but just don't do it in excess. Like, and that really, putting myself on a budget taught me how to do that. So maybe that's what it's going to take for you to sort of figure that out. But it was definitely helpful, and I'm glad that I did it. And it definitely changed my spending habits. I mean, for the last 2.5 years now, like, I've been doing really good. Still buy things, but I don't overbuy, you know. And if I don't like something, I return it. I guess that's like a big piece of advice as well, is instead of just keeping things, like, keep the receipt. If you try it a couple times and you don't like it, that's why Sephora and Ulta and even most drugstores have that return policy. Like, use it. You know, the people in Europe and other countries aren't quite as lucky as we are to be able to return used makeup that they didn't like, but we have that option here. And if you're able to do that, you know. Like, don't do it as like a habit. Like, don't do that, because I think that's just wasteful. But if you genuinely thought that you would enjoy something and you don't, take it back. There's no reason to keep it. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day. Leave me any questions down below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.